It's tea time with Uncle 12. Let me go grab my cup.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Tea Time with Uncle Twirl, where what's in your mug is your business. I'm your host, Uncle Twirl. Today, we are filming on location at the beautiful ClickPop Studio. Check them out at clickpopstudio.com for all your branding and visual marketing needs. Joining us today is a very, very special guest, director, writer, producer, actor, improv innovator. Most importantly, my heterosexual half on the Audacity podcast, Jaime Williams. We're gonna give it up for him. Jaime, go off. Clink, clink, clink.
Yo, clean.
Clink, clink, clink for Jaime.
Can I
Cheers, my
clean for
guy.
myself?
Look,
Cheers to you, sir.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
And I would like to first congratulate you on your podcast venture. I'm excited to see what kind of blossoms from this. Our episodes have been nothing but some of the best times of my life. So I know that everybody that comes on your show here and for the future is going to really have a great time. So
Thank you so much.
yeah, for sure.
You know, I definitely wanted to do the first episode with you. I was like, I think it's a beautiful way to like pass the torch because, you know, this is where I learned what I learned in these podcast streets on our podcast.
It ain't easy.
It's not.
We just made it look easy.
Hello. And so thank you so much. I'm so glad you're my first guest on my new show. I wanted to play some games with you before we get into some of the deep dive, the interview segment, because I do want people to know about your new company and whatnot. So those of you who used to watch the Audacity, you know, Jaime is a media master. He's in the industry. And so I put together a list of some of your favorite films, movies, TV shows, and some music that you like.
Mm-hmm.
And we're gonna play Sip or Spill. And so that's our game portion. And so I'm gonna give you 3 options, and you can only have one. The rest of them have to go.
Okay.
They're trash, they don't matter. This is the one out of the list. Are you ready?
I believe so.
Okay. So I Love Lucy, Dick Van Dyke, or Columbo.
Ooh.
You can only choose one.
I heard. Okay. I Love Lucy. You got comedy. You got couples. Columbo. You got it's a whole thing. And then Dick Van Dyke though. Ooh. Okay. All right. All right. Lucy got. Is Lucy gone?
It's not right.
All right. You said one's got to go.
You can only choose one.
Oh, I can only choose
so
one.
2 of them are done. They're gone.
I'm gonna go with.
These are like your children. I feel like
I was not expecting this. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna go. Okay. I'm choosing the Dick Van Dyke Show. That's tough.
Fuck Lucy. That's crazy. Okay, next 3. I feel like I know the answer to this one. Martin, Fresh Prince, or Living Single?
Martin, Fresh Prince, or In Living Single.
Or Living Single.
I'm going with Martin.
For sure. I knew you was going. I mean, it's classic.
Yeah, it's a classic.
It's
I mean,
so
they're
good.
all classics, but
Period.
I mean, you know, it's just one of them was a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, Martin.
Okay, Ted Lasso, The Wire, Breaking Bad. Only one.
3 different shows. See, The Wire has its own poetic thing, but like Breaking Bad has like storytelling element. But Ted Lasso, man, I think Ted Lasso is the winner in that one.
Period.
It's the writing. It's the writing.
I don't even know the other ones I said.
You didn't
as soon
see
as
The
I said Ted Lasso, I said,
yeah, man.
In The Wire Power?
Yeah. I hadn't seen Power. I don't know.
Got it.
Know.
Got it.
I already seen The Wire, so I didn't have to watch Power.
Moving into music, I know you love Kendrick Lamar. And so let's see. These Walls, Growing Apart, or Blow My High?
See, These Walls is about like that get back. You know, something happened against you, and you smash your enemy's girl. You know what I'm saying? That's what that is. And then Blow My High is just really like a good time. So, and it doesn't want to like end. And then the second one was what was the second one?
Growing Apart.
Growing Apart though.
I feel like with each one you're like, okay, but how can I choose?
Yeah, I'm going with Blow My High.
Okay.
Yeah, because who wants the good time to end?
When I was putting this list together, I started listening to some of these songs because I haven't heard them. A very good one. Okay, Fear, Feel, or Michael Jordan?
Ooh. Fear. I'm gonna go with Michael Jordan, man.
Okay.
Because I'm from Chicago.
He's the GOAT.
Sometimes you're just too much for him.
Okay, let's do some movies.
Okay.
Ace Ventura,
Mm.
Liar Liar,
Mm.
or Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Oh man, I wish I'd give you other movies that were not as amazing as these. Okay, Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I watched
Yes.
that like literally the other day. Also, Liar Liar and Ace Ventura. I watched them all three within the last month. Don't ask me questions. Let me see. I'm gonna go with. You said I can only choose one. Ace Ventura. He's a pet detective though. Liar Liar. Pen is blue. What was the third one?
Ace Ventura, Liar Liar, Ferris Bueller's Day
Oh,
Off,
Ferris Bueller's just.
which is fresh.
I know. Let me see. Such a good movie. I'm gonna go with. Damn. I'm gonna go with Ace Ventura: Pet Detective. That was
Period.
tough.
My
That was
God.
tough, man.
I'm sorry to put you through this.
Jeez,
Look, we only have one more.
Okay.
One more, and then we're done with this round.
Thank God.
Okay.
Round.
Coming to America.
Okay.
Round. Coming to America. Beverly Hills Cop. Remember the Titans.
Okay. Well, that one's gone.
See, I had grouped the white people together, and then I grouped the black people.
Keep that one. Keep that one. Yeah,
Segregation.
yeah. Yep. Evil is what it is. Let me see. Okay, so remember the Titans, and then you got what was it? Can we list one more time, please?
Coming to America. Beverly Hills Cop. Remember the Titans.
I think it's Coming to America.
Classic.
Yeah, I think it's just
Classic. Period.
Yeah,
I don't think I've ever seen Beverly Hills Cop.
Oh, really?
I don't think I have. I know he's a cop in Beverly Hills.
Well, he's from Detroit, but yeah, he's in Beverly Hills. He goes there.
I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm gonna get into it. Okay.
it's off my list, so you already saw it.
The next game we're playing is a tribute to one of your favorite actors.
Okay.
Jamie Foxx. And so I would like, for those of you who have listened to The Audacity, have been there, y'all know this is, Jamie can't get enough of this guy, right? We're so glad that he's at the hospital doing well. And so I thought as a tribute to him and
shout out to Jamie, the other Jamie.
The other Jamie, right? Him being one of your inspirations.
It's not his real name, but whatever. Go ahead.
Shout out to Eric Bishop. And, I want you to rank these Jamie Foxx movies from best to worst. Okay?
Okay.
Soul, Django, Ray, They Clone Tyrone, Project Power. That's Soul.
Project Power.
Django.
What's Project Power?
Ray.
Oh, I know what that is.
They Clone Tyrone.
So Project Power.
Yes.
They Clone Tyrone.
Is number one.
Number one.
Okay.
I think They Clone Tyrone, for people that haven't seen it on Netflix, I think it's one of those cultural iconic movies moving forward. I think it's like in the realm of Coming to America like how it's like a time capsule.
Yeah, it's like canon for Black culture.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think it perfectly captured it. I saw a talk with the producer. It was great. But okay, so They Clone Tyrone, Project Power's on the bottom.
Yes.
You said Soul. Is that the one where is that the animated joint?
Yes, on Pixar.
Okay. That's like third.
Okay.
Did you say Ray?
Yeah, Ray and Django are the last two.
Oh. Okay, yeah. Okay. Oh, that's perfect. So we got They Clone Tyrone.
Yes.
Ray.
Yes. Soul.
And then Django.
And then Project Power.
Okay. I don't know why Project Power made that list.
Let me tell you, someone's got to be at the bottom.
No, I got
Someone's got to hold you up.
That makes sense.
Okay. It just is what it is.
Yeah.
Shout out to all the bottoms. I love They Clone Tyrone. I've seen it probably 3 times. I think initially when I started, you had finished it and you were telling me about it, and I was like, oh, I need to be in the right headspace to get into it. It was amazing. Like amazing.
Yeah. First time I started it, it was like during the day, and I think it's a movie that you really want to watch at nighttime because it's like a little bit darker anyway,
for sure.
Like visually, but also like you get to like engulf yourself in the movie a little bit more when you're watching movies at night. So
it was amazing, and I love the twist at the end. It was not something that was very predictable, and it was really, really like I love nods to Black culture, but it was beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for playing Super Spill with me. Now we used to do this all the time because I kind of want to know what you've been up to on the Audacity. Let's do a recap.
Okay. All right.
You want to go first?
Not really, but go ahead. Okay, it's perfect.
Look, I got you.
Woo!
So recently, I went to see Beyonce.
Oh yeah, that's right. How was that?
Oh my God.
I was watching a video on Twitter today. I'm like, oh man, she actually did be killing it in them
Kill it.
concerts.
And nigga, I'm so jealous of the people in LA because she did that one, I think the most recently. They got a whole new different show than us.
Mhm.
Like, you know, she's been doing different things in different cities. So people have been following her tour,
Yeah.
trying to like get like a different experience. It was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Now, I was mad as fuck because we went to Tampa to see her. It was 90 degrees, y'all.
Yeah.
It was hot as hell.
She probably went out there long.
She was out there for 3 hours.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and so were we.
Wow.
Yeah, 3 hours.
Jeez.
In the heat, it was night had came and it was 90 degrees. That was the low. And it was so humid. You know, the humidity in Florida is different. And the stadium was outside. The James Raymond
In
Stadium.
Tampa?
In Tampa.
Tampa's already like wet.
Bruh,
Like when you just go down there, like the air's wet.
help.
You know, people say humid, but Tampa wet.
Soggy.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so we were wet at the concert. Beyonce actually was sweating, which I didn't know she could do. Like her hair was starting to get sweaty near the end, and she said, "Y'all, this the hottest show we done did. Y'all give it up for the crew and dancers." It was so funny. But I remember when we first got there, you know, of course, you know, all the news about Florida. I was a little nervous about, you know, traveling there, being black and gay.
Oh right.
And of course, there were protesters outside, like, "You're going to hell, like Beyonce's not a god." And you know, I'm just trying to get in my seat.
Per usual.
Okay. And there are, you know, people fighting with them. I didn't have time. So we're making our way around the stadium and this guy jumps out and he's like, "You're going to hell." And I was like, "You don't feel this? We might be there. We're here." And then he just kind of looked at me and I was like, "Yeah, you didn't think about that. It's hot as fuck.
He's like, wait, what if this is my
This
hell?
is your hell." The gays celebrating. Okay, welcome.
At a Beyonce concert. They would hate that.
They would fucking hate that. But yeah, no, it was really fun. When we were on the way back to the airport, we were Ubering while we were down there. And, you know, on the Uber app, you can set your settings like, you know, quiet, cool, which is what my shit said to. You don't have to talk to me.
Quiet and cool, brother. Just
You
give
know,
me there.
Just turn the air on and stop talking to me. So we showed up. It was a white guy that picked us up, older white gentleman. Two of my friends were with me. They were in the back, so I sat in the front with him. And he was so talkative, telling me about his family, his kids. He was playing country music, like, "You know who this is?"
Oh, geez.
Some of that slick was slick good. So I was like, hold on, Shazam that. But he just kept talking to me. And then I don't know how we started talking about animals. And I was like, "Oh yeah, we have a pit bull." And he was like, "Oh, I have one. We rescued her." And I was like, "Oh, I was a rescue." So I was actually interested in that.
You were a rescue?
Mother pit bull.
Oh, the dog.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
sorry.
No,
I thought you were a rescue.
luckily I've had a home. But and so he was telling me about this dog and I was like, "Yeah, no, that's really cool." And he was like, "I was really sad because when we had our youngest son, he's allergic to dogs." And I started thinking about you. And I was like, "Oh, I have a friend who has allergies." And then he was like, "Yeah, we had to, you know, find a way to give the dog up." And I was like, "Oh, that's really sad." He's like, "Luckily my in-laws took her."
Oh, okay.
And so now we get to see her. And I was like, "Oh, that's amazing."
There
like
you go.
you get to see her all the time.
Turn that story around.
I was like, "Amen." And then I was like, "That's really dope that your in-laws took her and you still get to see the dog." And he was like, "Oh no, she died a couple years ago."
What?
What
Is this the Uber ride? Why are you
Uber ride. So when he says that, my friends they start dying in the back. They're covering up. I look at them. I'm like, what the fuck have we been talking about?
Why you take me on a journey during this ride?
Nah, I look like the asshole because I done brought up your damn dead
Oh,
dog.
that's nice. Oh, it's not now. Oh, I'm sorry.
I was like, "I'm sorry for your loss." He was like, "Yeah, now all I have is my memories." And then all I could hear is that country song blasting in the back. It was very sad. It was giving
Was the
music
country
video.
song about the dog? Because you know them country songs be sad because that's what their whole genre is about.
That's what it's about.
Yeah, yeah.
Depression and a song.
That's how white people get their mental health through. You know, they just write a country song now. Millionaire.
I drunk something and beat my wife. I'd be like, "I don't know."
My dog died last night. And that's the whole thing.
Fair. And so, yeah.
Had to put it down. Sorry, go ahead. About to go platinum.
Put it down. Look,
Had to put it down.
look, save that recording, okay? We're dropping a single. But yeah, so that's what I've been up to. That was
Okay.
like pretty recent. So yeah.
All right, that's what's up, man.
What about you?
All right, let me see. Okay, so couple things. Oh, actually, here's some news you don't know.
Come on, exclusive.
Right, exclusive world premiere. So we got the Black Knight Creative Company,
Yes.
which I started earlier this year.
Yes.
It's a media company, and we also host improv classes and kind of teach improv from like a different aspect. But the production side, Black Knight Creative Company, because it's not just the improv, it's also the production part,
Right.
which we showcased the poster for the second short film that I directed called Guilty Conscience. So
I've seen the film.
yes, you have seen the film.
Y'all. It's so good. It's a
Yep.
shout out to the first film you directed, Flued Out,
Flued out.
which was really, really great. I know that was y'all had a showing at the Regal in Atlantic Station.
Yep.
That was
The Atlantic Station.
really big.
Yep. Yep. People
And
sitting on the floor. I just
packed.
want to throw that out there. It was
Packed.
sold out.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm very excited for people to see your second film. It's great. And you not only directed this one, you wrote some of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I wrote it with a friend of mine. He kind of came to me with the concept, and I was like, okay, yeah, let's do it. And then next thing you know, we were on set, and I was like, oh, okay, all right, I guess we're really doing this. So we have a screening scheduled
Okay.
for later this month. So that's gonna be exciting.
I cannot wait.
Yeah, and so sophomore slump on the way.
Period. Gang, gang.
Yeah.
Look, you doing more than Cardi B. Where's the album? I'm sick of it. If I hear one more feature, where's her sophomore album?
Are we waiting on her? Wait, she hadn't had 2 albums?
No, all she's been doing is features since her first album.
She hadn't had a second album?
No.
This whole time I've been seeing Cardi B. She's only got 1 album.
And see, that's her team working to make you think. A good team will do that. Okay,
Wow.
shout out to the team. That's y'all out there. Shout out. Like they will have you looking good. But yeah, no, she has not released one. So you're doing more than her.
Wow.
Period.
Get it together, Cardi. Lazy.
But I can't wait to hear it. I mean, see it. Also hear it. I cannot wait to see your film again.
Oh, the film. Oh, yeah. I'm excited for the art and the conversation to be out there, and because even with Flued Out, like I think some of the best parts was people's like analysis or like breaking down or like little nuances that they noticed, and kind of just questions that came up because Flued Out. They're like, oh yeah, she was a gold digger, but was she a gold digger? Because he was trying to scam. It was like
A show.
and I'm just sitting there like, exactly.
Debates. I know all the city girls in the audience is mad.
Right,
They was
right.
like, why the fuck you bring me to this? This is an intervention?
Yeah, yeah.
What is this?
Someone was like, I'm trying to get Flued Out. It's like, exactly.
I do want to talk about the improv side of your company. On your website, you have a quote that says, improv is beautiful chaos. I think it's by Yvette Nicole Brown. And I've been to a couple of your shows. Really, really beautiful description of like what you see happen there, because it's kind of magical, because you pull like these concepts, these ideas like out of thin air, and you kind of put on this show. Can we talk a little bit more about like your love of improv, like when that first started?
Yeah, sure. I was first introduced to improv at Georgia Southern during an acting class, like a fundamentals of acting class. It was just like a brief, like little thing, and then, but after that, I took a class with one of my best friends, Kyle, and we took an improv class here in Atlanta. But like okay, so rewind. I first witnessed improv on a show called Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Classic.
I'm sure a lot of people have heard that show, right? It's like embedded in a lot of our childhood. It's like our only reference of Wayne Brady.
Period.
But so seeing that, I was like, oh man, that's crazy. How are they doing it? And then I was able to do it in class. I'm like, oh wow, that was really fun. And then the more I've just done it, and as an actor, and even as a director, improv comes up, to where sometimes as a director, if I'm trying to get like a specific performance or something out of the actors, and it's not coming out because of the lines are getting in their way, then it was like, okay, all right, throw the lines away. Let's just improv it, and let's just see what comes out of your mouth from people's authentic side,
like a creative collaboration, right?
Yeah. So the more I perform improv, I have like a troupe that we practice improv, and we go to different shows. Galactic Jam, shout out to y'all. But like one of the things I realized, like there's a lot of different like forms of improv as well. Like like what we see on Whose Line Is It Anyway? That's like more of the short form improv, to where we play some exercises and go on. But I've done like some sets where there's like a 30-minute improv like long form session, and it's just like the continuous thing. So we really don't even think about how improv is not just about entertaining or trying to make a room laugh, or trying to be comedic or something like that. But we improv every day of our life, So even to the point, when we're in a room, like even right now, what we're doing right now, we're talking improv, and we're just whatever. Sometimes I think we get in our own way because we get a little anxious or just performance anxiety
Mhm.
whenever we are trying to perform, if we're not
Right.
performers,
Right.
or if we're just going into a social
Mhm.
space and we're like,
Mhm.
oh man, I don't know any of these people.
Mhm.
How do I start a conversation?
Mhm.
So the reason I decided to bring improv into Black Knight Creative Company is because I recognize, you know, the more like that time moves on, I feel like we're getting a lot further away, you know, than we
Mhm.
used to be as a
Facts.
society.
Facts.
You know, whether it's, you know, because we're always on our phones,
Mhm.
or, you know, COVID and everybody was in the house for
Mhm.
3 years. I don't remember,
Very disconnected.
very disconnected.
Yes.
And I think that, you know, improv for me has been one of those like outlets to where it's like, you know, your only choice is to be in the moment with your scene partner, you
Mhm.
know, and no matter what you have going on outside the room, outside of your body, you know, outside of you know, in the bill space or whatever's going on in your life,
Mhm.
doesn't matter, because in this scene you're having a conversation and you're in a moment.
Right,
So
right, right. And I think that's the beautiful thing about your company. I feel like me and most people have never really thought about improv as a tool, not just for comedy. That's something to build confidence, to work on social anxiety, to, I don't know, build up the courage to ask someone out or ask for a promotion or just like
yeah.
all these really important like milestones
Hmm.
that you're going to have in life. And I think that's really dope. I know you have classes
Yes.
that you offer. Shout out to that. I
Yeah,
definitely want to come to a few classes.
absolutely.
When are you having those?
So they're on Thursdays.
Okay.
The next one, I believe, is September 14th,
Okay.
but they're on Thursdays. We're actually at Click Pop Studios as well. So
Period. Shout out to
make
Click
sure
Pop
you
Studio.
pull up. It's an amazing space.
It is.
But yeah, there's an Eventbrite, so follow us there. And we also have a Instagram, BK Improv. Feel free to follow that for the improv portion of
Period.
Black Knight.
So I know you're an actor, director, producer. He's in the industry insider. This SAG strike is
Mm.
still very active,
Hmm.
right? Like an
Hmm.
agreement has not been reached. I feel like I don't know exactly how long it's been going on, but it's been I want to say at least 3 months.
It's been, yeah, almost 3 months.
Yeah, almost 3 months.
Almost three
Like
months. Yeah.
quite an extended period of time. I don't even think that I thought it would be like still going on.
Yeah, I had a feeling it would go on for a really long time.
Mm,
I still feel that it'll last until next year.
wow.
Actually, past in my prediction,
Mm-hmm.
just, you know, I don't,
Mm-hmm.
who am I? But in my
Industry
prediction,
insider.
in my opinion, I think it'll last like after next year's blockbuster season, which is
Mhm.
around that May June
Right, right,
season.
right, right, right.
Um, so we have a couple strikes going on. There's the writer strike, which started first. They've been striking. The writers have been striking for about 100 days or 115 days or something like that. And that is separate from the actors strike, the
Mhm.
Screen Actors Guild. Excuse me, sorry. But the idea of what they're both asking for, I think they're huge asks comparatively to what they're getting now, because the studios and the ATP&P,
Mhm.
which are the like the Netflix and the
Mhm.
Paramount and
Mhm.
Disney, and Warner Brothers and those large studios, um, they've been getting over, I
Yeah, no,
guess.
for sure. They have been.
They've been
Like,
get,
not even I guess they have been.
they've been getting
For
over,
sure.
and so now, you know, actors and writers and everybody in the on the union side,
Mhm.
they're asking for what is their just due,
Mhm.
and it's such a huge ask. But on the studio side, you know, during the strike,
Mhm.
I think we talked about this. They're still making money, you know, because
Still.
we're still subscribed, because
Yep.
we're still watching stuff.
Yep, yep, yep.
So, you know, when they go to their stakeholders, like, oh, we've been on a strike, but
But right, right,
we've
right.
profited even more than we did before,
Yep, yep,
because
yep.
we're not having to pay actors and we're not having to pay writers.
Mhm.
And even when it comes to this AI situation, and how it affects, you know, the writers, or how it affects, you know, actors, you know, or a studio being able to use an actor's likeness and their
Mhm.
face,
Mhm.
in a scene that they were never even
Yeah, in
in.
perpetuity. Like
Yeah,
we own your face.
I have a friend of mine that was actually in Black Panther 2, and then he shot like a scene, because he was like a bodyguard as an
Mhm.
extra, and he shot the scene. Cool, got paid the $200-300, three
Mhm.
$400, whatever it is, and then later on he was like, he was receiving messages from friends. Oh man, I saw you in the boat scene in Black Panther 2, and he was like, boat
Boat
scene?
scene.
I wasn't in no
I
boat
can't
scene.
swim.
What you mean? I didn't sign off on a boat scene, but they had AI'd his face into a whole nother scene that he was
Whoa.
in. So if we think about that and kind of zoom out and we go to like Black Panther 3, for example.
Right, he could be there.
He could be in that movie
and not get paid for
and
that.
not get paid,
Right.
you know? So I think there's like a huge, I think it's a huge labor conversation outside of just the film industry, you know, because, you know, even as AI can affect all these different industries,
Right.
you know, how does it affect us being able to write emails? You know, how does it affect marketing departments? And also just to add this last part, I think the guild is actually asking for a third strike on the video game side.
I also heard the music industry is thinking about striking their writers because they've been inspired. And to be honest, it is not equitable, right? If you've ever worked for any corporation, you know equitable is not how trickle-down economics, fuck you, Reagan, it does not work. And you know, a lot of the things that were coming out of the strike that, you know, I don't think a lot of us realize if you don't work in the industry, some of these people don't even make enough to get covered under like the SAG healthcare, which I think all you have to make is like $26,000 a year. A year.
Yeah.
Which means you're not even making and then you have some of these like CEOs, Bob Iger, I know CEO of Disney, he came out and said some really offensive things. And he makes like $28 million a year. I think that's just his salary, but then he gets like bonuses and other stuff. And I'm like, if y'all took 10 million from here, this nigga would still be a millionaire and you can fund and pay everybody else a livable wage, people that actually help create the content that makes you money, right? Bob Iger, what email are you sending that's worth $27 million?
Yeah. It's I think the idea of like the money side of it, right? I think that's the most egregious in my opinion, because, you know, I think I went to the Screen Actors Guild. They had like a meeting, and you know, it was an open invite, so they were like, "Hey, everybody, you know, come and support." So I went down there, and you know, Fran Drescher was on the Zoom talking to everybody, giving everybody spiel, and they were like, you know, riling up their base. But I was kind of observing, you know, what they were saying, and outside of the working conditions, you know, when it came down to the money, you know, the main conversation was the business model has changed.
Right. Because of streaming.
Yeah, because of the streaming situation. So, you know, when we talk about TV shows, how, you know, a show used to be like 22 episodes or something like that, right? And then that show, for example, Martin and Fresh Prince and Living Single, we've seen those shows outside of, you know, it premiering. So we've seen them on TBS or TNT or BET or, you know, syndication.
Right.
Those actors get paid because of those. So there's called residuals. But because it's streaming, once it streams, it's not going to stream again. It's just streaming. So there is no residuals when it comes to streaming. So actors get paid like a lot less because of that.
And I heard like they don't even have access to those numbers. So let's say, for example, you were on Community, and you know you can stream that on Peacock. Like you could have streamed that 1 billion times, and they're not getting any money off of that.
Right.
They don't get any of that. Like, and they don't even know if it's being streamed that often until these studios want to brag. Like Stranger Things, #1 in the world, and 400 companies, like over 1 billion streams, and then you're like, well, I'm not making no money off of that. It really has got to change.
Even when we're talking about, you know, They Cloned Tyrone, a movie that was in the theater for a week, and then it went to Netflix, and then everybody watched it. Right. So and now it was like, you know, top 3 in like for that whole month in and when it debuted. But you know, what does that top 3 mean? Like how many people even signed up on Netflix just to watch They Cloned Tyrone?
Facts.
And those are the kind of numbers that those subscriber numbers are the ones that the studios will never kind of release to because it'll give the unions a little bit more evidence and you know, ammunition to go back at them. So they're never going to do that.
It's raggedy. Hopefully they can come to an agreement where people are paid equitably. Because selfishly, I ain't gonna have nothing to watch. I work from home. You know, Abbott Elementary, they talking crazy. Euphoria not come back till 2027. P-Valley, I'm going through P-Valley withdrawals, y'all. They got renewed for 3 seasons. When they coming out? The writer's not writing. The actors ain't acting. Which affects other people. I don't even think like other jobs, like people that clean the studio, that like bring the food in, that drive the trucks, that do lighting, to sound, to video. It really is gross negligence, in my opinion, on the corporation's part, because they are also losing money. I think like at one point I heard they've already lost like $3 billion.
Yeah.
And you still have money to lose.
I'm not sure what the numbers are, but I know that they have lost enough money where the writers could have just gotten everything that they wanted. Like like whatever they lost was already more than
Right.
what
You
people
you
were
could have
asking
still
for.
been paying them, and
Hmm.
it still would not have hurt your bottom line, like at
Absolutely.
all. Yeah. Y'all figure it out because I'm not watching a bunch of terrible reality TV. I'm not.
Mm-mm.
I'm not gonna do it.
Corporate
Okay.
greed. Surprise, surprise.
Um, one more question, and this is something I'm going to do with everyone that's on the show. Um, please give me a question to ask the next person that I interview.
What's the most proud moment of your current journey that you've
Hmm,
had?
I love that. What's the most proud moment of your current
Oh, I
journey?
guess you could say proudest. What's the proudest?
Proudest?
Yeah, proudest.
Okay, I love that. Um, thank you so much for telling us about your company. Cheers to you founding a company that's huge. Yeah, you're amazing.
Yeah,
Period.
thank you.
I want to do one more segment. This is something we used to do on the Audacity all the time. Let it burn,
Oh,
because we gotta let it burn, because this podcast is also lit.
also lit.
Also,
Also lit.
something that I have seen recently that's really I don't know what's going on with us. There's a breakdown in civilized behavior.
Hmm.
Um, I've been getting sent lots of videos. People have been DMing me stuff where you've been seeing people licking, sampling, nibbling on food for that's like made for public consumptions. I just saw a video. A guy was at the Whole Foods hot bar where people go to get their food, and he took one of the ladles, put it in the soup, and just started drinking out of
Oh
it,
my God, I've seen that.
and then re-dipped it again. I saw one. This black man took some ice cream out and he licked the whole top, closed it, put it back in the freezer section. It's like becoming a TikTok trend. Y'all gotta cut that shit
You
out.
got to cut TikTok out, really.
This is why the COVID number is going back up. It's disgusting,
Yeah.
and I kind of feel like when I'm president, there's gonna be a special prison for you motherfuckers. That shit is disgusting. I just couldn't imagine like you going to the hot bar like, oh, and you just eating off a ladle that someone just had in their mouth.
No, no. I feel like I've seen it like one time where somebody would, go to the sample bar
Yes.
and then they would like, where they have like samples at like Costco or
Hmm,
whatever.
hmm.
They like take a toothpick, whatever the food is, and then eat it and then put it back in on the table.
It's too much.
What do you do? Do something else with your life.
It's
You
disgusting.
can do anything in the world. Don't do that.
You could do anything in the world. Don't do that.
Come on.
Major key. What do you let it burn?
I think I'm letting burn um people that don't value my time as much as I do.
Hello.
Yeah. I find myself sometimes in spaces, just randomly. Like I was on set one time, and I was helping some friends out with a film that they were doing,
Mhm.
and it was like 1 o'clock in the morning, and it was a chair similar to this, and I was find myself tied up 1 o'clock in the morning, and I was like, "Hey, how long until we wrap?" And you're like, "Oh, I'm working on it now," and you're like writing the ending. I'm like, "It's some bullshit."
Because time is precious,
Exactly.
especially as we get older. I don't have
Especially
it.
as I get older, because these knees. No, but like outside of like just moments like that, even like when it comes to just conversations or even friendships, relationships, there are you know over time, like time gets more scarce. So, or I'm sorry, time gets more valuable because it
Facts.
gets more scarce.
Facts.
The more things that we do, the more things that first person, the more things that I'm trying to do, means I only have the same amount of time. It's just because I'm trying to do more things doesn't mean I get more time.
Mhm.
So yeah, I think I'm letting people that don't value my time as much as I do,
Period.
letting it burn.
Last but not least, we
Hmm.
got to let it burn for the podcast. The
We do
podcast
have
is
to let
lit.
it burn for the podcast because the podcast is lit.
Is lit. Thank you so much for being here. Before you go, I do have something for you.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Oh, a bag.
thank you so
Oh,
much.
I don't get
Um,
bags often.
yes. So this is for you.
What?
Something that they say give people their flowers while they're
Thanks, man.
here.
Appreciate it, man.
I'm not a big flower person. Allergies, you know what I'm saying.
Mhm.
But we do drink on this show, and so like I got you
You
a little
remember that?
something. I mean, you can if you want to. I think that you founding a company, chasing your dream. You directed 2 films. One of them you co-wrote. You have done commercials. You've started your improv part of your business, and I think you chasing your dreams is so inspiring. I know to me and to so many other people, because I think it's easy to see people, that are famous or whatever doing the thing. But when it's people like,
Mhm.
like, and you see the work and the dedication and the sacrifices that they do every day to like really make sure their dreams are happening, it has inspired me. And so thank you for that. Cheers to all of the success and growth that I know is coming your way. And so, yeah, I definitely wanted to give you something to let you know. Thank you for inspiring me, and thank you for, the audacity and all the things that it's given me. And so, yeah,
Thank you. I appreciate it,
period.
man. Thank
Yeah.
you. You the man.
Thank you. Where can the people find you? I know they have your Improv IG.
Yep.
If they want to, if they want to slide in your DMs, where can they find you?
Don't. You can find me at Say Less Jamie. Pending, but Say Less Jamie. Yeah, Say Less Jamie.
Okay.
And
And
the improv company is BK Improv. Or you can go to our website, bkimprov.com.
period. You can find me on all social media platforms at Uncle Twirl. Jamie, thank you so much for being here. And as always, remember, feel free to spill the tea, but don't be messy. Bye.